Have you ever seen artists who are able to just draw the human figure just effortlessly, just from pure imagination? Well, you have tuned into the right channel. Stay tuned and I will share how you as a beginner can do the same thing. Hello, welcome to D Weaver Art here on YouTube. I am so grateful and blessed that you choose to watch this channel. Today I would like to share with you part 5 in a drawing series I entitled Drawing Basics and Drawing the Human Figure for Beginners in Charcoal. In part 5, I'm going to share with you how to draw the human torso by using a wooden mannequin. So watch and enjoy. But before I let you go to watch this video, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Yes, that's right. By doing so, you will be able to receive instant alerts and updates on new material and content so that you will be able to watch and enjoy. So with that being said, please enjoy this series. All right, let's start with the torso. Now, this torso on this wooden mannequin is broken up into 3 parts. We start with the first part and we're going to just do a straight on version. Just make it simple. It's just going to be pretty big so you can see it really good. And it curves down like that. Then it just cuts off. Just real loose. Nothing special or grand. And it's kind of round off there. That's the top part. And we get the chamois as an eraser. Remember, going back to the supplies, this is your eraser. You have the chamois cloth, the kneaded eraser, which you can clean by pressing down, pulling, and stretching. It's a knead eraser. It's your eraser here. So these are 2 erasers that you have, and you have the good old battery powered eraser. That's if you have this available, you can use that. Now back to the torso. Then you have the middle part, which is actually a ball underneath. There's a ball right there. That ball is there for the mannequin to help it to move. So I'm going to kind of give it a little distance there. And then you got the hip part. And it just cuts off right there. And it before I go any further, let me erase that little ball because the ball is hidden inside that wood. But that's what we got. Now we start putting the plane. There's planes. Where a plane is where there's the surface change, the characteristics of the surface change. There's a flat area coming to another flat area will produce a hard edge of value. You can see that value is the lightness and darkness of a color, but since we're not working with color, we're working with the grayscale. Let me find my charcoal. Now, at the base here, this is how it looks. It's like half of a spear, but it's not a spear. It's actually where the wood is flattened off. Now we'll go to the top. We're just gonna make like this motion here with the charcoal. It won't even write for some reason. Okay, there we go. Make this just loose motion, just like that. Referring to the chest, this is the chest. And then it kind of gonna come and we go down would not go down, but and it would come up. I think this V's down. It's like a V here. And that's like the center, the sternum. And then you got the shoulder part of the torso. So this is straightforward look at the torso of the mannequin. Torso of mannequin. I think I spelled that wrong, but we'll work with that. Okay, so now I'm fixing to show the back side. Well, let's do the side first. We'll do the side. So the side's gonna look like this. You got the top part, and it kind of goes out, then comes back in. This is the profile. And slightly, I think it kind of comes out and then slightly goes down. That's the top part. Then you got the little gap there and that little ball part in there. So the hip part goes out and then it comes in. That's where you got that area where it is cut off. I mean, just a plane, shifting the plane. Then this is rounded off. So that's the profile. Straight on. Straight on and profile. Next, the back side. Back side is gonna look like this, almost similar to the front side. The only thing different is the I think I might have done that wrong. I'll get that correct. It's straight down. Ball in there. Let's just go like that. And we'll erase that off. It just helps with the motion, the movement of motion, or the motion of your arm and shoulder. Not shoulder, but your wrist, forearm, and your whole arm. That's something I want to share with you briefly. Okay, this is what I want to explain. When you're drawing, you should be holding your pencil or painting your brush like this. But the only time you would do that, there is an exception when you do that, is when you're trying to get detail in. Okay? That's something I should have explained about the materials. Is another thing I want to explain about materials. Is it's very important that you get you don't have to, but if you really want to be able to draw accurately your stuff and the things you see and from life, get you an easel, because your eye is going to throw your judgment of angles and your view when you're looking straight down or when it's flattened out. Now, people can still draw pretty well and pretty accurate to some extent like that. But if you really want to get really good, old masters type of drawing, I highly encourage you to get you an easel. Now back to positioning of the pencil or whatever the thing you're using. In my case, and in our case, if you're out there watching this video, you're using a vine charcoal. So when you draw, there's motion. You got a motion and a rhythm. So this is a tip I'm gonna share with you. This is what I do when I draw or paint, but particularly when I draw, is before I put a mark down on the paper, especially if it's a more critical shape I'm trying to get or marking I'm trying to get, and it has to be close to precision and perfection, which, you know, we don't never do perfection, but we do our best. Let's put it that way. As artists and as human beings, there's only one person that is perfection, and that's the Lord. But whenever you draw and you're trying to get that mark right or that shape right, it's best to have your at arm's length away and draw and hit that with your whole arm or with your wrist. You can with your wrist. Now you can also use your elbow. You can make those marks like a line there or a curve using your wrist. Just like that. So you draw, so the whole time that's why it's important to have an easel, because it's at your eye level. It's not away where your judgment of what you're seeing is obscured or exaggerated, or it's not going to be a true accuracy as far as proportion. It would distort. That's the term I'm looking for. It would distort your perception of what you're looking at if you don't use an easel. Now listen, once again, I encourage you, if you can't get an easel, I understand, but if you get the opportunity where you can get you an easel, get you an easel and draw from an upright position, straight back, arm, is form. Because if you, as an artist, you're out there creating your artwork in a realistic manner. We're not dealing with abstract here. We're dealing with realism. And in this series, we're talking about drawing the human figure. Basics of drawing the human figure for beginners in charcoal. So you want to make sure that you are upright, posture as well, relaxed, arms, shoulders relaxed, and just boom, hit the mark. But before you put your mark down, you want to kind of see where you want to go, and then lightly hit it, or just hit it. And if you make a mistake, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You just take your shimmy cloth and erase it and do it again. And as a matter of fact, it's good that you continue to do it, because the more you do it, the better you'll get at with that motion, that rhythm. There's like a rhythm and a motion to it, depending on how it is. Like I'd use this, for example, I want to make a mark, boom. And I want to go like that, and just real quick with it, and just get that mark down. And if it's right, then you get more detail after that. But at the beginning, you just want to put the mark down and go on. All right. Now, I want to finish up that last one on the end, the back of the wooden mannequin. It's going to go down. This little motion here, like a wave. That's how the back is. And actually, looking up even closer, it's got this going on with the wood, like there's a plane. It's really not a plane or true. Well, it's more rounded off, so it's gonna kind of be like this. It's kind of rounded off, so we're looking at it like that. Just looking at the details of it, how it is now in the front. You got this. So that's going to be your torso looking without it bent or posed in any way, just straight up. Side, back side, straight on. Now, from straight out of imagination, we got those three parts: the upper part, the little ball spear, that's the hip flexor area, and then your actual hip and the torso. So we're gonna give some different poses for it. So my ball just fell out. I'm gonna bend him back. So with a line, we're gonna do this. This helps the actual gesture or the actual movement of the body and how it's going. You got this here, just that contorted look. Now we're dealing with three-dimensional shape. So remember the actual lesson. So now we got the middle there, and we'll probably help to go on to put that little ball in first. So just with the whole arm, we're doing the little ball part. Then part of that ball is hidden underneath that little torso part. So we got that, and it's going up like that. I'm just drawing from my vantage point for what I see here, looking at the maniquin. I'm just getting down the actual, that ball. Remember, keep in mind that ball is hidden. And then it's cut completely off there. So we got the torso there. Now I'm going to take this chamois and erase these lines. I think I'm going to keep that. Yeah, I'm going to erase that too. Drawing with your whole arm, forearm, and wrist. Go back to the torso again, and we got the center, pretty much almost the center there. And then we got a line. So let's just go on and get that motion in that part. And then just begin to carve into that wood. Side part, side plane there. There's your planes. And then it cuts open like that and dips down. And it goes in an angle. That's got an angle to it. And then it just rounds off. And that rounds off. Then you got that front plane there. Okay, you got torso in the middle there. So there you have it. The torso, I'll show you up close. Can you see that? Let me get my lighting back right. going to do another pose. Just practice. Just keep getting these poses. We're just dealing with the torso first. We're not going to do the whole mannequin yet until later, further down in the drawing series. But now he's coming a little bit forward. So remember about the foreshortening aspect of the mannequin. So he's coming forward. So once again, we got that, just with the whole line, that movement going down. And then next we're going to get the little ball. There's a little ball about right in there. Then we work off of that. You got that motion. Okay, you just build it all together. Proportion. Just coming right off that center ball. Right. And now, according to the angle of the torso, you can see that the top plane, there's a top plane. It's not really sharp. It's just a line, a reference line. There's, because it's kind of gradually, slowly curved. It's like a curved shift in the contour of the mannequin's torso. So that's why I got that line there. And back to the drawing here. And then you got, well, actually you can't see that because it's lost. That side is lost. So you're not going to see that plane shift there. Based on my vantage point, from what I see, I do not see this over here. And it looks to me like we got everything correct in proportion just by observing. Doing these drawings will help you get quicker and more accurate, and just gets where the body part is coming towards you. Let's do another one. Only so many. It's a limited range of motion. We're going to do it just from the front part. Just pretty much a limited range of motion. But the gesture, the movement of the gesture or the movement of the body, how it is just going to be like this. From my vantage point, we just got the line. Just line pretty much gets you started. Then you got the middle piece, the little ball in the mannequin. Then you work upward. Now, in time, you work from head down, but just helping you being able to see, getting down the proportions is just kind of good as far as with the wood mannequin. In time, you'll be able to just work from the head down, but we're just working off the torso. You know, and that center reference is almost like a center work, just working from the ball out. But I know most teachers would teach you, and they're, you know, that's what they do. This is just how I'm showing you. You do it the way you want, and it's no big deal. Just as long as it's pretty much near to accuracy. Now, I'm going to share something with you. I think I showed this to you before. Just get you a general reference line. Then you can work the curvature of a line. So before working with curves, what you see me do is a slight curve there, and I did the spear. That's a curved line. And these are kind of slightly curved. They're not actually purely straight. It's okay to go and work with a straight line, because then later you can bend those lines and manipulate the line or shape the line to the way you want it to conform to. So until and even if you are pretty good at drawing, it's not gonna hurt to draw a line and then bend it or shape it and mold it in the way of what you're seeing. But the line is just there for reference. Although in what I'm talking about, the chest part, because there you'll see what I'm about to do. So it goes like this. There's like a line, but then the line kind of comes down, and then this part goes like that, because there's a shift in the plane or the contour of the maniquin. So it kind of curves up. This curves up and then goes back like that, and then this goes boom out like that, and it kind of continues. So that's all right, you continue, but then you can go and erase that off. So that's pretty much there, and then this comes back up here, and then this goes there. And then we got the right, then erase that part here. All that erase. No need. But and what you don't need, you just erase, but they were there to as a reference. Not doing shading in, we're just doing just simple line drawings at the moment. So that's what you got here. So that is your torso in that pose from the side. And we'll do one going the other direction, the opposite direction. This line, gesture of the movement of the body and how it is posed, just gives you the general positioning of that body, and how it's just a gesture of the body, or gesture line, how it is positioned. Doing with the whole arm, and then we work upward, so we get that slightly curved there. Now, I don't know if you noticed this or not, my lines are going further out than what they're supposed to. That's fine, that's okay. What that does, I can just cut them off with my chamois cloth. And we got that chest part right here. Just simplify. Okay, going back, chest, and then that part gets around, comes, it's almost like a, okay, I did that wrong. Made a mistake here. We'll make the adjustment. Come on up. The proportions off. That's how I figured it out. All right. So we're going to go back up a little bit. All right. And then it's the top. It's the top of the torso at that plane where the shoulder and the neck meets. There's the top, the actual top, and this is the side coming down. Middle part there. So that all looks good. So let's get the bottom. Let's erase all the unnecessary lines that we don't need with the chamois cloth. Then got that spear in there and hip part, or part. There you have it. Just do a couple of these. You could do them from the side, but that'll be it for this session. Hope you learned a lot. Hope you got a lot out of that. And join me for part 5 on mannequin drawing the human figure, basics of drawing the human figure for beginners with charcoal.